Ori and the Will of the Wisps is Moon Studios' second installment into the Ori series. We pick up immediately after the events of the first game. This charming sequel is sure to bring back some fans of the original, and it's likely to rope in some new fans as well. Let's go over a few tips and tricks to make your adventure through this vibrant world a little more enjoyable. Tip 1. Don't be afraid to explore. Ori is a game with lots of secrets, especially for those of us who aren't afraid to backtrack and go off the beaten path. You'll be unable to access certain parts of the map until later in the game when you unlock new abilities, and oftentimes these areas hold resources and skills that will expand Ori's moveset or allow you to improve parts of the world. Anytime you have an opportunity to backtrack and check out some previously unexplored areas, it will be well worth your time. Tip number 2. Complete side quests whenever possible. Much like exploration, side quests in Ori and the Will of the Wisps often provide the player with some great skill improvements for a minimal time investment. On top of that, they help expand upon the story and world of Ori, if that's something you're into. I did not come across a single side quest in my first playthrough that I didn't think was worth my time, and a lot of the time the objective for the quest was located reasonably close to the quest giver, making it worth your while to check out side quests as they become available. Tip number 3. Track down life and energy cells. Life and energy cells are great to have, and you'll come across them as you explore the world of Ori and the Will of the Wisps. The more you find, the more powerful Ori's going to become. Energy and life cells increase Ori's energy and life respectively when you collect 2 of each cell. This has obvious benefits to Ori's survivability and mobility. Tip number 4. Always purchase a map. Whenever you run into Lupo, you're going to want to purchase a map. The cost of the maps is relatively minimal in the grand scheme of things, and they're going to help open up the game world for you and show where you can potentially find hidden resources or skills, and also the easiest route to reach your objective. Tip number 5. Be on the lookout. This game is loaded with false walls and hidden areas that blend into the map. Always keep an eye out for these areas, as they often hold valuable items like shards and Goric ore. Lupo is also often hidden behind these areas, and it may take a little searching to locate them. Tip number 6. Don't impulse purchase abilities and spirit shards. This game has significant improvements to the combat system's customizability over its predecessor. However, it can be pretty overwhelming to a new player. Whenever you run into Offer and Twillin, you'll be given the option to purchase new abilities and spirit shards. But Ori is equipped with all the tools that he needs to complete the game, and these abilities you can purchase are just kind of icing on the cake. Some are better than others depending on your playstyle, and in the early game, you may be tempted to purchase all of them, but I'd recommend you hold off and only purchase what's necessary or most helpful in the moment until later in the game when you have plenty of spirit light to spare. As a side note, make sure you purchase underwater breathing. If you don't have underwater breathing when you reach the Luma pools, you're going to have a horrible experience. Tip number 7. Combat Shrines. Do the combat shrines. For real, guys, you gotta do the combat shrines. There's only 4 of them in the game, and each one's gonna provide you a new spirit shard slot, which is gonna improve Ori's skill set and customizability, and just make you an all-around better player and make the game experience more enjoyable. I'd recommend that you keep an eye out for combat shrines, and you complete them as you find them. Alright, that wraps up my 7 tips and tricks for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Please comment below, let me know what you thought. Did I miss any important tips? Anything that you would recommend for your fellow players? And as always, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. I'll be putting out regular videos moving forward, covering everything from tips and tricks videos to reviews, and anything in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.